我哋就會將導演個名行先，跟住就可能係個寫劇本嘅人，咁我哋就會將佢個名咧就擺喺後少少，係啦，我哋就會根據翻咧嗰個工作嘅重要性啦，我哋會擺先後次序啦。咁跟住我都上個禮拜 show 咗多啲唔同嘅例子 end credit 嘅例子俾大家睇啦，有一啲電影㗎啦，有啲嚟自動畫㗎啦，咁亦都有啲動畫短片嘅 end credit 俾大家睇嘅，咁你可以見到嗰個做法啦。And also, I also told you that sometimes we are not just showing you the whole production crew in the end credit. Sometimes we will share the opening ending, okay, the real ending of our animation after the end credit, okay. So that's why I show you some of the animation last week, such as the Big Butt Bunny, okay. I show you the end credit, and actually you will see that there's the story, okay, the ending behind the story. There's something more, okay. So for the end credit, actually, if you want to have something more that you want to say to your audience, you can consider to put something after the end credit, okay? 咁上個禮拜都俾咗一啲例子你睇啦，即係 end credit 咧，除咗係目的係 show 嗰個嘅即係工作人員名單之外咧，其實我哋有陣時亦都會借做 end credit 咧，去講一個我哋原先個結局以外嘅一個結局，即係個最終極嘅一個結尾啦，係咪？咁我上次就俾咗個動畫你睇，就係 Big Butt Bunny 啦，即係有隻兔仔嘅有啲飛鼠啊，你哋話係啦，咁樣嘅嗰個 animation 啦，跟住咪隻飛鼠俾人整咗好似一隻紙鷂咁樣樣放紙鷂咁樣樣嘅，係啦，咁嗰個古仔其實你見到佢最尾其實喺個 end credit 之後仲有一個結局㗎，咁就係因為佢首尾呼應翻佢個故事啦，佢個片頭就係講嗰隻壞人嘅角色啦，去整蠱咗隻雀仔啦，係咪？呢個就係個故事嘅開始。一嚟啦，交代咗嗰個角色個性格啦，就係即係蝦蝦霸霸，好衰格嘅，係啦。咁跟住咧就將佢呢一個故仔咧延伸去到個 end credit 後面，咁佢最終啦得到報應嘅時候啦，咁隻雀仔咧就即報仇啦，係咪？咁佢就將呢個故事咧，其實就放咗喺嗰個嘅片尾之後嘅。咁你都可以有陣時考慮下，究竟個片尾其實係可以將一啲喺你個故事裏面冇交代到嘅一啲內容，你可以將佢放喺個片尾裏面度交代，亦都可以。咁呢個大家就可以即係用呢個方法可以係諗多少少，究竟你哋會係點樣去處理你個 end credit 啦？係啦，咁我哋今日會講啲咩嘢咧？咁我哋今日咧就會主要繼續會同你哋做多啲例子啦，就係例如喺After Effects 啊，我哋會點樣去做一啲 end credit 啦？上個禮拜其實我哋都同大家做咗噶啦，一個即係用 After Effects 去做一個最簡單嘅一個片尾。咁今日我哋會做複雜啲嘅。係啦，咁亦都以後跟住嚟緊嘅堂咧，我會因為我收咗大家嘅 storyboard 㗎啦嘛，收咗大家嘅 storyboard 關於你嘅片頭片尾嘅做法，我就會睇大家嗰啲交咗嘅嗰啲 storyboard 嗰啲片頭片尾，然之後咧我就會即每堂啦。揀咯，係啦，揀一啲你哋未識做，而你哋又可能喺個 storyboard 我見到你哋會做嘅一啲 animation，咁我就會教大家去做啦。So for the coming few weeks, okay, actually I will teach you more about using the After Effects, animate in After Effects, because you know that for your EA, you should do it in After Effects. Okay, so once I received all your CA2, which is your storyboard, I should know what kind of movement or what kind of animation that you're going to do in your title sequence and also the end credit. Okay, and then I will select some of your idea, your concept, and then I will teach you how to do it Okay, because maybe you got an idea and you draw it on your storyboard, but maybe you don't know how to do it. Okay, you don't know how to do it in After Effects, but no worry. I will teach you in coming few weeks based on your storyboard. Okay, so that is what my planning. Okay, of this modules 係啦，咁呢個就係即係我嘅諗法嚟嘅。就係根據翻大家個 storyboard 諗出嘅構思，咁有啲乜嘢嘢你哋係唔識做嘅，或者未識得做嘅，係啦，咁我就會嚟緊嘅堂咧，就會慢慢教大家去一步步咁樣去做，咁等大家咧可以容易啲去做你哋啲功課啦，得唔得？好啦，如果大家 OK 嘅話咧，咁我哋就開始翻今日嘅 notes 先。So if everyone you're very clear about your assignment, so let's start today's topics. Okay, so let me share the screen first. 好啦，咁啊 share 翻今日個畫面俾大家睇下先啦。咁啊好，咁我哋今日咧當然係繼續進入翻我哋嗰個嘅畫面裏面啦，係啦，咁呢個就係我哋嗰個嘅即係繼續我哋會講緊今日啦，我會講下啲過場或者 transition 啦，係啦，咁因為可能你哋有啲片尾咧都會牽涉到啲過場啦，咁我哋可以講下即係啲過場會點樣做啦。So today actually we are talking about the transition. Okay, because for example, in your storyboard, in your end credit, you have several information that you're going to show. Okay, so maybe the first page will be the name of the director. Maybe the second page will be the producer. Okay, the third page will be your script writer. Okay, so maybe you have got several pages of this information, and today I'm talking about how to show it one by one, what kind of transition you can think about when you're doing your end credit. 係啦，咁因為其實你都明白大家嗰個片尾咧，其實你有好多 information 要 show 噶嘛，即係例如可能第一版因為我都講啦，次序好緊要噶嘛，係咪？咁可能你第一版就想 show 導演嘅名啦，第二版你想 show 監製嘅名啦，第三版你可能想 show 編劇嘅名啦，係咪？咁但係一版咁點 show 咧？係嘛？即係。你第一版去第二版，咁你中間過場，你係諗住點嘅咧？咁最老土嘅方法，梗係用dissolve 啦。咁但係我成日都講俾大家知啦，唔好諗 dissolve，係啦，呢啲係最老土到極致嘅一個做法。咁你讀 animation 嘅，你梗係同埋你做嘅係 animation 短片。咁你梗係諗下有冇啲新意，點樣有趣，點去出嗰啲片尾啦，係咪？所以 that's why 我就要大家去睇一啲參考啦，係嘛？我叫大家去揾一啲即係片尾嘅參考，人哋點樣做片尾啊？咁會唔會 brainstorm 到你一啲 idea 去做啦？係咪？係啦，咁我哋今日咧就會講下啲唔同嘅過場嘅手法啦。係啦，咁有啲乜嘢嘅過場嘅手法咧 ？So first we will show you different kind of transition. Okay, what kind of transition you can think of when you're doing your end credit? Okay, first of all, here are some of the transition names. Okay, if you don't know, so it is some kind of glossary. Just let you know there's some of different types of the transition. Okay, the first one is the sharp cut. Hard cut, which is the sharp cut, means that I will show you some of these sample here, and dissolve, cut on action, infinite, zoom, and morph. OK， 咁其實 transition 有邊幾隻咧？咁其實好幾款嘅，即係嚟過場係啦。有最簡單嘅第一個 hard cut， 即係 sharp cut 啦，即係直接由第一版乜都冇嘅，直接就跳去第二個畫面嘅。咁呢個就叫 hard cut 啦。咁 dissolve 就頭先講啦，即係漸出漸入嗰啲啦。咁但係呢啲係啲好老土嘅方法啦，係咪？咁我真係 建議大家唔好做啦。係啦，咁跟住第三啦就叫 cut on action 啦。咁其實我等間都會有啲例子俾大家睇嘅，究竟嗰呢啲過場咁即係點咧？係咪？跟住 infinite zoom 啦，就成日都出現嘅。例如頭先我已經舉咗嘅例子啊，例如窩衣嗰個嘅片頭，咪由外太空 zoom in 入去地球，再 zoom in，再 zoom in，再 zoom in。又或者我上個禮拜咪 show 過俾你睇 Ant-Man 嗰個嘅片頭嘅。其實 Ant-Man 個片頭咧，亦都係一個 infinite zoom 嘅一個例子嚟嘅。So for the transition of the infinite zoom here, you can see here. Actually, I showed you the sample in last week. If you still remember the end credit of the Ant-Man. Okay, the end credit of the Ant-Man. Actually, they are using the infinite zoom, okay, for the end credit, okay, just like the Ant-Man. Okay, let me show this one with you again, okay, just want to remind you. This is the infinite zoom, okay.係啦，咁你見到呢個就係 infinite zoom，你又見到係有個地球以外啦，跟住 zoom in 入去嘅地球啦，地球再 zoom 去個美洲啦，跟住再 zoom in 入去個飛機啦，飛機嘅引擎啦，係咪？跟住再 zoom in 去可能啲你再穿過橋啦，係嘛？ So you can see this is for the infinite zoom, okay? You can see that it's starting from a space, the space, and then zoom in into the Earth, and then zoom into the USA, and then zoom into the airplane, and then zoom into the bridge, and then zoom into the street, okay? So you can see that that is the infinite zoom, okay? It means the infinite zoom.咁所以你咪見到係好常用嘅。咁我另外仲有一個例子嘅，係啦，咁都係用 infinite zoom 嘅模式類似去做啦。咁就係窩衣嘅片頭啦。So there is another one also using the infinite zoom, okay, which is the窝衣。That's all for the Woyi. Okay, so that is called infinite zoom. So you see that it's quite popular to using the infinite zoom, no matter they were applied into the opening or applied it into the end credit, but it's a really popular usage, okay, when we're doing the end credit. So that is the infinite zoom. 係啦，另一個咧就係 morphing 啦，變形啦。咁呢啲變形咧成日都用㗎。例如你見到好多嘅之前俾你睇嘅一啲尤其是卡通比較多常用嘅，例如我之前俾你睇過咧，咪 Incredibles 嘅片尾嘅，咁其實佢都係用咗呢啲咁樣嘅morphing 嘅方法去做出嚟嘅。So for the final the transition, which is the morphing, okay? Actually, you will find that for example, the sample that I showed you in last week, one of the sample is from Incredibles, okay? For a lot of feature animation, they are using a lot of this kind of morphing, okay, to do their end credit, okay? So let me explain is one by one, okay, about the uncredited the transition here, okay。係啦，咁我試下即係咧，嗱，因為咧呢而家咧，因為佢係一張靜態圖嚟，你睇到個效果啊，等等啊。Okay, let me share this one with you so that you will know what is the hard cut. Okay, so you can see this is the hard cut. Okay, 係啦，咁呢個咧就係一個 hard cut 嘅過程啦。咁係咩叫 hard cut 啊？就係你見到咯，開頭係一個電腦 mon 嚟嘅，跟住突然間咧，即刻咧見唔見啊？就 cut 咗去第二個畫面啦，啊，就係一個好似一個 interface 咁樣嘅版面。嗱，呢啲咪就叫做 hard cut 咯，即係中間即係或者叫 sharp cut 啦。即係中間係完全係冇一個漸變嘅轉接嘅，係突然間跳嘅。So you can see what we mean that what is the hard cut, which is you didn't have any transition, okay? It suddenly changed from one shot and changed it into another shot, okay? So you can see that the computer and then jump into another image, okay, which is the hard cut, okay. But I find that most of the uncredited they are not using this kind of techniques, okay. 咁但係我見到咧，好多時片尾就唔係咁中意用呢啲 hard cut 嘅，係啦，相對比較少嘅。咁佢會講有咩特別咧？呢一種 hard cut，咁你見到咧就係有 camera change 啦，係咪好似頭先咁樣啦？突然間鏡頭係轉換咗嘅，咁係會有個 impact 嘅，因為係好突然㗎嘛，係咪？即係由一個 cut 轉去第二個 cut 係會好突然嘅，係會好 strong 嘅個 cut 係會係啦。咁而點樣去過場咧？即係你嗱，好似頭先你見到係個電腦 mon 啦，轉咗去另一個畫面。咁點樣會轉得好睇啲咧？就好似用聲音配合啦，即係配合頭先個鏡頭一轉，就用一下聲 effect 做轉，係配合嗰個 cut 咧就會好睇啲嘅，係啦。咁呢個都係啲hard cut 會常用嘅一啲即係嘅用處或者有啲咩好處啦。So when we're doing a hard cut, actually it will give you some different feelings, okay? For example, you can see that in a hard cut, there is a camera change, okay? For example, you can see that, I'm sorry. You can see that the camera change from the pink background with a computer and suddenly change into the screen, okay, the interface like that. So you can see that the impact is quite strong because camera change suddenly, okay? So it can help to create an impact. And also when we're doing this camera change, we highly recommend you to use with the sound effects. For example, once the camera changed, it will be better when you put sound effects in between these two shots, okay? And also you will find that for this kind of the hard cut transition, you see actually they are changing the viewpoint of the character. For example, you can see that this is the viewpoint of the character looking at this computer, and then actually is jumped into the screen, okay, of this computer, okay. So you can see this the change of the viewpoint of the character. 係啦，咁跟住咧，第二個 transition 係啲咩咧？就係 dissolve 啦。咁頭先講咗啦，dissolve 我哋相對比較盡量唔好放喺嗰個 end credit 度啦，即係比較冇乜新意，比較悶啊，係啦，最老土嘅方法就純粹 dissolve 啦。咁嚟 dissolve 呢種效果有啲乜嘢容易啲交代啊？即係交代有啲咩作用啦？點解我哋會用 dissolve 啦？咁例如好多時例如成個畫面嘅內容有變異嘅，即係例如好似而家你見到呢一個我 share 呢個畫面俾大家睇先。 係啦，例如好似你而家見到呢一個咧，就係一個 dissolve 嘅例子嚟嘅。你見到有一個電腦嘅畫面 dissolve，去咗個黑色底，寫住 School of Motion 嘅字嚟嘅。嗱，你見到呢個中間過程就叫 dissolve 啦。咁你見到點解佢哋用呢個 dissolve 咧？因為成個過程畫面係唔同咗㗎。開頭呢一個藍藍哋色嘅畫面咧，其實係一個電腦 mon 嘅畫面嚟嘅，跟住佢就消失咗，就出現咗即係個公司 logo，School of Motion。咁你見到係成個環境轉換咗，所以佢哋用 dissolve 啦。咁亦都有啲時候係為咗要交代時間嘅流逝啦。咁即係例如經過漫長嘅歲月啦，即係舉例，你可能個 end credit 咧就講，個小朋友繼續成長，跟住慢慢由細個慢慢再成長大個啲，再由大個啲，再慢慢再成長到成年，跟住再成長變成老年咁樣樣，即係你可能會用呢啲 soft 咧去交代佢即係一路即係成長落去啦。咁我哋都會有陣時會用 dissolve 嘅，咁睇下你自己係咪會唔會你個 ending 係有呢一個內容要表達咯，即係例如你想表達，我係即係個故事個結尾就係想交代嗰兩母子幸福快樂生活落去啦咁樣樣，咁可能你交代佢哋一路經歷過唔同嘅好開心嘅時刻咁樣樣，係啦，咁你想交代佢即係未來有好幾年都好開心、好快樂咁生活落去嘅，咁你可以，如果你係咁樣想交代呢一樣嘢咧，你可以用 dissolve 咯，係啦，咁所以你唔係話我純粹諗唔到乜點樣過場，所以我用 dissolve 唔係咁咯，而係你係有目的地使用 dissolve 呢一個畫面咯。So you can see this is the sample of using the dissolve, okay? The dissolve actually you can tell is from a interface from a computer and then turn into the one with the logos in the black screen, okay? So you can see the transition is called dissolve here, okay, using here, okay? Why we using the dissolve here? Because you can see that the content they are completely different. Okay, the first one is the screenshot of a computer. The next one is the black screen with a logo. Okay, they are completely different. Okay, so that we were using the dissolve to put in here, okay, as the transition. Okay, try to make two things they are completely different and put them together. So we're using the dissolve. Okay, this is the first rationale that we are going to using the transition, the dissolve. And the second rationale that you may using the dissolve is you're going to talking about the passage of time. Okay, maybe maybe for your end credit, you would like to tell some story about a mother and a son, and they live happily ever after, okay, at the end, okay? So maybe you would like to show us some of the happy moment of that family, okay, in your end credit, okay? So maybe you would like to show us maybe 5 years, okay, after your animation, they still live happily, okay, in your story, okay? So maybe you would like to tell us this kind of passage of time, okay? And then you will using the dissolve, okay? If you still remember, I showed you one of our sample from our student, okay? The work is talking about a dog and kid, okay? If you still remember that one, it's talking about the kid got a nightmare, okay? He's so afraid of a dog because the dog bite him somehow, okay? So that he's so afraid of dog, okay? So after the story, okay, they find that actually the dog is not that scary, okay, so that the kid loves the dog again, okay. So they, at the end credit, they also using the dissolve because they want to show the passage of time, what happened after the story, okay. They live happily ever after that animation. 咁如果你記得咧，我早期嘅時候唔係 show 過一個同學仔嘅作品俾你睇嘅，我哋以前同學仔嘅例子咧，就係嗰個片尾都係用 dissolve 嘅元素去交代嘅，就係嗰古仔咧，你記唔記得就係講關於嗰個小朋友即係同隻狗仔嗰個做法嘅，咁我 show 俾大家睇啦。你記唔記得呢一個嘅 end credit 啦？係啦，咁其實我唔知點解呢度，我點解佢有粒字喺中間？係啦，咁你見到咧，佢呢個 end credit 咧，佢咧全部都用 dissolve 嘅。So you can see that for the end credit here, actually they are using the dissolve, okay, in between different moment, okay? Just talking about the passage of time. They're talking about after the story, after the few years, okay? They still live happily ever after, okay? So you can see that that's why they are using dissolve here, okay? 咁你見到點解佢會即係最尾係用 dissolve 去交代咧？因為其實佢就想交代呢隻狗仔同個主人即係個男仔啦，咁啊最後都係好開心嘅生活落去喎。大家一齊玩啦，一齊拋波波啦，係咪？一齊去追逐啦，咁樣個主人會保護隻小狗仔啦，佢調翻轉啦，隻小狗仔又會保護翻個主人喎。咁佢即係繼續講佢故事之後，嘅一啲時間嘅流逝，咁佢講緊佢哋仍然係好開心咁生活落去，咁所以佢哋唔可以用 dissolve 呢個元素咯。係啦，咁所以你點樣去決定佢用唔用 dissolve 咧？唔係我懶。諗唔到做乜嘢 topic， 所以我用 dissolve， 而係有啲原因，因為我啲都寫清楚㗎啦。每一個過場，佢哋用嘅方法都有啲原因㗎。咁你哋係咪因為呢啲原因而用呢一個過場嘅手法咧 ？Okay, so you have to think about so why you're using this kind of transition instead of because it's easy to do it. So that's why I'm using it, okay? You have to think about which one is the best solution, okay? Not because of they're easy to do, okay? Because you have got some of the purpose. You got your rationale why you're using this, okay? Okay, and then the next one, the next transition is called cut on action, okay? So let me show you the sample of cut on action. 係啦，咁第三個嘅過場咧，我哋叫 cut on action 啦。sorry，咁咩叫 cut on action 咧？嗱，你可以睇到呢一個例子啊，就係咧根據嗰個動作去剪啊，即係嚟你見到佢喐，見唔見到個鏡頭升起，跟住就配合呢個升起嘅動作，跟住就過場啦。So you can see this is called, this transition is called cut on action, okay? Actually, it's based on the movement. Okay, you can see that the camera move up. Okay, the camera move up so that it change into another shot. Okay, also move up. Okay, they have to match the action, of course, because this transition is cut on action, means that you need to match the action. For example, you have to match the direction of the action. For example, the motion is from bottom to top. Okay, it's an upward movement. Okay, so that you can see the next shot is also an upward movement. Okay, 咁跟住呢一個過場嘅例子咧，佢叫做 cut on action 啦。咁呢個 cut on action 嘅例子有啲咩特別咧？咁佢真係要 cut based on 嗰個動作啦。咁你而家見到個鏡頭咧，嗰個電腦咧係向上移噶嘛，個動作上係向上移嘅，所以咧佢就會接翻去下一幕咧，都係一個向上移嘅一個 movement 嘅，係啦，即係你唔可以話我呢一個向上喐，跟住咧我 cut 去下一個 shot 咧，原來係向橫喐嘅，咁係唔得嘅，一定係要 match 翻嗰個動作嘅嗰個方向嘅。例如佢係由下而上咁喐，佢接下一個 shot 咧就係由下而上咁喐，呢個先至叫做一個啱嘅一個 cut on action 啦，得唔得？所以咧唔係話你亂撳。是但求其有啲嘢喐，跟住接住某啲嘢喐， 咁唔係咯，係啦，你見到我哋係接去喐嘅時候咧，其實係的而且確有考慮到嗰個動作嘅方向性而去做嘅。OK， 好，咁呢啲就叫 cut on action 啦。咁例如好似呢個嘅做法咧，就其實都幾好，幾舒服嘅。你見到咧，因為佢係因為同個動作個方向係連接咗啦，所以嘅感覺咧係會比較好流暢啦嘅一啲感覺嘅，同埋喺個動態上睇落去都會好睇啲嘅。咁下一個嘅transition 咧就叫做 match cut 啦。Okay, so for the next transition, we would call it match cut. Okay, so let me share the sample of what is the match cut means. Okay. 好容易理解嘅啫，等我俾做畫面你睇就知㗎啦。So it's very easy to understand what you mean by match cut, which is mean that there's some common elements, okay, from last shot, and then jump into the elements itself, okay. For example, you can see that the first shot, you will see that the free triangle here, and then zoom in, okay. But actually, it's not exactly the same. Okay, you can see that the first one you see is in white color, but actually they are similar. Okay, and then so that they jump into this one with three colors triangle, and then you will find that it's very smoothly, okay, to transform into these shapes. Okay. 咁你見到 match cut 嘅意思係咩咧？就係佢上一幕咧有一啲元素，其實已經係有下一幕佢想出現嘅一啲元素已經出現咗㗎啦。例如你見到嗰個嘅三角形，喺佢上一幕其實已經見到嗰三個三角形出現咗㗎啦，係咪啊？咁不過當然佢可能係唔同顏色啦，或者等等啦。咁但係咧已經有嗰個元素其實已經係出現咗㗎啦。然之後咧佢再 cut 去呢個畫面嘅時候咧，就會自然得多啦。咁你見到呢啲就係 match cut 嘅一啲做法啦。咁呢啲成日都會用嘅呢一種做法。係啦，咁So you can see that this kind of transition is actually very used for we often use in all of the motion graphics, okay, using the similar item and then zoom in, or maybe it's not zoom in, but maybe the other objects they will go away. Okay, you can also see that the other shapes or the other color they will go away, okay, and then change into that shapes, okay. It's very common, okay, when we're doing the motion graphics, okay. 咁呢個都係一個非常我哋常見嘅一種做法嘅。咁啊，呢度我俾一個少少嘅例子，大家睇下一個叫做match out 嘅一個 animation 俾大家睇啦。呢種例子咧，成日都用嘅，成日都見啊。So I'm now going to show you one of the sample, okay, using the match out, okay. It's really common, okay. I believe that when you're looking at a lot of animation, they are using this kind of technique a lot. Okay, let me share this one with you. Let me make sure that I share this as well. Here. So again, looking at here, okay, what is the match cut here? Okay, you can see that the triangle shapes, okay. Firstly, you will see that the triangle shapes here, and then the same triangle shapes of the pencil. Okay, although the color they're changing, but actually they are very similar. Okay. And also you can see that the arrow here. Okay, you can see that the hand draw style of the arrow and transform into the cursor, like the mouse. 係啦，咁你見到嗱頭先呢個都係㗎，佢一路攞住個三角形嘅元素嘅。嗱，佢用咧嗰條線啦，嗱 佢寫出嚟嗰支 brush 啦，嗰條線啦，就延伸到去呢個三角形啦，跟住再即係個箭嘴呢個箭嘴，個箭嘴咧就變成咗呢個白色嘅箭嘴啊，係嘛？咁佢都係其實佢唔係 exactly 一模一樣嘅喎，係嘛？但係咧佢將啲似嘅元素就將佢攞嚟做過場啦。例如上一幕你有個三角形，可以接去下一幕嘅三角形咯，因為佢哋兩個都相似啊嘛，唔同顏色都冇問題嘅。咁佢呢度咧就係講緊究竟咩叫做即係 match out 啦，係點樣去做啦？例如好似你頭先見到呢度都係個 match out 嚟嘅，佢由三個三角形咧，見唔見啊？其實咧，但係呢種 match out 咧，其實你望落去好似好難做啦，其實好易做嘅。其實佢其實大部分呢啲 match out 咧嘅 match cut 咧，其實佢最好嘅方法咧就係啲動作快，所有嘅嘢都好快，好快，好快，好快，好快，所以都好快咧，佢就扮到呢一種效果噶啦。So you can see that most of the match cut transition actually it must to apply in a motion which is in a very fast speed. Okay, if the motion is really slow, okay, it is not good for this match cut transition. Okay, you can see that all the samples I show here, they are very fast. Okay, for example, starting from the logo here, okay, and with this three triangle, and this three triangle suddenly transform into that big triangle one. Okay, you can see that we're starting from this shape, and then suddenly become to a very big one. 係嘛？變咗呢個大嘅三角形。So you can see that the three triangle and it suddenly changed into this big one. And this big one, okay, also very fast. And then suddenly appeared this red triangle here. So you can see that how they do it. Actually, they look similar. Okay, but actually they are not the same. 咁你見到咧，特登咧，其實佢做到咧就係俾你睇啦。呢三撇嘢啦，係嘛？佢即係長長形、尖尖地啦，咪好似頭先個粉藍色個牌嘢咁咯，係咪好似啊？佢就要一個好似。咁咧就會容易啲做到呢啲咁嘅 match cut 嘅效果啦。So you can see that most of the time, this kind of match cut effects, you have to make a very fast movement. Okay, if the motion is really slow, it doesn't look good. Okay, 係啦，咁如果你嗰個動作係好緩慢嘅，其實絕對唔適合用一個 match cut 嘅，所以唔好諗住喂，哦好啊，今日學咗啲新嘢喎，咁我不如擺佢落去我個 animation 度啦。記得啦，唔係一定要適合嘅。如果你個動作好緩慢嘅，係啦，咁就唔係適合呢種咯，係咪？咁你又諗下，你個動作相對比較緩慢嘅，咁你應該用邊個好啲咧？好啦，咁跟住咧，再下一個咧嘅例子咧，就嘅過場咧，就頭先我哋都提過噶啦，就係infinite zoom 呢個例子啦。So the next transition that I'm going to talking about is the infinite zoom. Okay, I've shown you some today, and then I'm going to show you some other example here. 係啦，咁頭先已經 show 咗啲例子俾大家睇啦，咁我再 show 多少少俾大家睇啦。係啦，咁頭先就係俾你睇咗啲end credit，即係個 wall E 啊等等啦，都係一啲 infinite zoom。好，咁我而家咧就俾個例子大家睇啦，呢個都係隻 infinite zoom 嘅啲例子啊。So you can see that it's also an example of the infinite zoom. So you can see that starting from the computer, zoom in. Okay, did you see that? Okay, zoom in. Okay, so 咁你見到呢個就係infinite zoom 嘅例子啦，就係開頭見到個電腦啦，有個 mon 啦，跟住陣間好快 zoom in，咁一樣啦。基本上大部分呢啲狀態咧都一定係快嘅 motion 先得嘅，唔快嘅 motion 係都頗奇怪嘅，係啦。咁所以咧，大家一定要留意咧，即係大部分呢啲情況下咧，都會係一個 for 嗰啲比較快嘅 motion，即係嘅 movement，我哋先會用嘅。So you can see most of the time they are the very fast movement. Okay, you zoom in into the computer screen. Okay, zoom in. Okay, so change into another shots. Okay, 咁呢個冇乜太大理解啦，係嘛？都常即係好正常，容易你明白嘅。係啦，咁呢個都係一啲例子俾你睇啦，咩叫 infinite zoom 啦。So I'm going to show you one of the example, also using the infinite zoom. So you can see this is the example of the infinite zoom, okay? So you can see that it zoom in into the mobile phone or something, and then zoom into another world, and then zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, okay? So that is the infinite zoom, okay? 咁呢個就相對即係比較容易啲理解咩叫 infinite zoom 㗎啦。好，咁咧等等啦，轉翻個畫面先。好，咁跟住咧，我哋今日咧就會即係都會講一啲即係好多片尾咧，我哋都會用一啲咁樣嘅 motion graphics 啦。嗱，頭先你見到俾你睇嗰啲例子啦，有啲唔同嘅過場啦，其實佢哋都全部都用 After Effects 做嘅，係啦，全部都用 After Effects 做。So you can see that what I'm showing you here, okay, you will find that all the things they are here, they are using the After Effects. They're using the After Effects to do this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a few more the end credit of the movie, also using the After Effects to do it, and then I will demonstrate how to do it in the next part. OK， 咁我會跟住咧就會 show 一啲即係都係用一啲 motion graphics 啦嘅做一啲嘅片尾啦嘅俾例子你睇，跟住咧我轉頭就會教大家點做，例如頭先嘅 infinite zoom 啦，即係一啲嘅我會教大家點樣去 After Effects 裏面試下做出嚟嘅，係啦，咁我先俾你睇完啲例子先，係啦，我轉頭先至教大家點樣去做啊。So for the second part of today, I'm going to demonstrate how to do it all together. Okay, so remember you have to make sure that your After Effects is ready. 係啦，咁所以你一定要我哋會留意翻我哋個 After Effects 我哋要有啦。咁呢度有啲 After Effects 做啦。嗱，咁你見唔見到頭先咧呢個過場啊？係啦，其實係用 match cut 啊。So did you see that? What is the transition between this shot into this shot? Okay, using the match cut. Okay, because they're using this kind of the vertical line and some of the shape here. Okay, and then they're using the similar shapes. Okay, and transform. Okay, see? Similar objects, okay? Again, similar shapes from some of the horizontal lines, and then turn into the epic. 係啦，咁你見到啦，有眼嗰個係嘛，即係一啲橫線，跟住要 zoom out。咁嗱，呢啲就 sharp cut 啦。So you can see now it come to the hard cut or sharp cut. Jump, jump. Okay, so you can listen to the. I will stop explain it. Please focus on the sound effects. You will find that for this hard cut, they using the sound effects as well. 嗱，咁呢段我會再播多一次俾大家睇嘅。你由呢幾個 shot 咧，其實佢用緊 hard cut 嘅方法做噶嘛，係啦。咁你聽下個 sound effect 啊，佢點樣去配合呢個畫面？咁你聽到頭先有兩下頓頓，佢就配合翻呢個畫面嘅轉換㗎。嗱，你睇多次啊。So let's looking at this one again, okay? Okay, you can see that the sound effect done, done, okay, and then change into these two shots. So that's why I'm talking about when we're doing the hard cut, we most of the time we will apply the sound effects as well. So you can see this the one that I'm sorry. So this is one of the Captain America, and then you can see this using the motion graphics to do the end credit. Okay, you can see that they apply of different kind of transitions. Sometimes they're using the hard cut, sometimes they're using the match cut, sometimes they're using the zoom. Okay, 咁你見到頭先嗰個Captain America 咧，其實佢用咗好幾種嘅唔同嘅 transition 嘅過場嘅方法嘅，係嘛？你見到有 match cut 啊，有 sharp， 有 hard cut 啊咁樣嘅方法，唔同嘅方法去做嘅，你見到係啦。咁唔一定話用，即係只可以成個片就用咗一種方法咯，唔係一定嘅，係啦。咁另一個我想 show 俾大家睇嘅例子咧，就係嚟自呢一個都幾出名嘅即係個電影啦，叫做300啦。咁佢嘅片尾咧係都做得幾得意嘅，係啦。So I'm going to show you another one of the end credit. They are very also famous during the end credit, which is the movie is called 300. Okay, the end credit is quite nice as well. Credit up. So you can see this the end credit of the 300s. Okay, so they're using a lot of it seems that they got a very interesting camera movement. Okay, they zoom out and sometimes they zoom in another way. Okay, and there's another one also from 300. Okay, okay, this is from the 300. Okay, so that is the end credit of the 300. Okay. 咁亦都有啲比較簡單啲嘅啦，係啦。And also there's some more simple one, okay? Because you find that the end credit of the 300 is It's very complicated. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some simplified version. Okay, more simple one. This is from an animation. This kind of transition, they look like the puppet things. Okay. 咁你見到咧，佢個end credit 嘅做法啲過場咧，就好似啲舞台啊，啲話劇啊。你見到佢拆開晒一個 layers 㗎，大家見唔見到？即係咧，嗱點樣消失咧？唔知睇下有冇機會 pause 佢。見啦，其實佢一個 layers 咧就好似啲舞台轉場咁樣樣，跟住一層層咁樣砌翻出嚟。再咧，例如好似呢個天係由上而下飛出嚟啦，跟住地下就由下而上飛上去啦。咁你見到佢咁樣砌出嚟，so you can see that the transition of the end credit they look like the stage, okay, the puppets. So you can see that it look like the stage.係啦，跟住去到啲冇咁重要嗰啲角色啦，我之前有講過啦。去到啲冇咁重要嘅角色咧，咁佢哋就會即係用一版咁樣出㗎啦。So you can see that from some of the least important crew, okay, they will show like this, okay, a lot of names at the same page, okay.你見到呢個咧就係個過場嘅方法又唔同過頭先啦，係咪？有啲特別啦，好。
What a wonderful phrase! Hakuna Matata. It ain't no past.
好。 又去到啲即係冇咁重要嗰啲人物咧，嗰啲就會出現即係好長嘅 list 咁樣樣啦。So So now I'm going to move to the After Effects and talking about something first. Okay, what I'm talking about because when you're looking at some of the sample that I show you today, mostly they are working in After Effects. And before I move on to tell you how to do some of the anchor edit, I would like to demonstrate a bit more about the After Effects first. Okay, because when we working on the animation principles, when you learn in the semester 1, we are talking about the animation. They got different kind of speed. Sometimes they will accelerate, sometimes they will decelerate, sometimes they will animate in a constant speed. Okay, but how can you apply this information in After Effects? And I'm going to talking about this first in After Effects, and then I will move on to the end credit. 係啦，咁首先咧。我哋而家咧就會去到 After Effects 嘅部分啦。咁首先我開始講我哋點樣去喺 After Effects 做嗰個片尾之前咧，我先講翻啦，我哋 Sam One 啦教 Animation Principles 嘅時候咧，我哋都會講到話做一啲唔同嘅速度啊、唔同嘅節奏啊，有陣時會加速啦，有陣時會減速啦，亦都有時候會用均速嘅。咁我哋都會講啲唔同嘅速度嘅嘢啦。咁我哋梗係 After Effects 點樣去 apply 呢啲唔同嘅速度嘅嘢咧？點樣去 set 咗啲嘢可以有快，會有漸快嘅效果啦，點樣有漸慢嘅效果啦？咁我哋會先喺 After Effects 會做呢一樣嘢啦，會利用 Graph Editor 去做啦。做完之後咧，我哋就會去到做一啲片尾嘅一啲例子㗎啦。Okay, so let's open your After Effects, okay, because we're going to move on to the After Effects and talking about the how to using the graph editor to apply different timings, okay. 係啦，咁我而家俾5分鐘時間大家開咗 After Effects 先啦，可能大家要開個 After Effects，或者如果有啲同學仲未開電腦嘅話咧，咁就趁而家開咗個電腦啦。係啦，咁就等大家容易啲，即係跟住試下做啦。咁我會先教大家咧點樣去用 Graph Editor 咧去控制個時間先。So I give you 5 minutes to launch the software After Effects, and then I will talking about how to using the Graph Editor. So please launching the After Effects first. 係咪大家都差唔多開晒你哋嗰個嘅After Effects 啊？Does anyone haven't launched your After Effects yet? Because we will start shortly。係因為我哋差唔多開始㗎啦。咁我會先教大家咧去用 Graph Editor 咧去 control 啲 timing 啦，係啦，跟住會咧 based on 頭先你見過好幾種嘅唔同嘅嗰啲叫咩過場啦，同埋啲 end credit 嘅做法啦，咁我會教大家點樣去做嘅。So I will base on the firstly I will teach how to do doing the graph editor using the graph editor to control the timing, and then I will demonstrate how to do some of the end credit that I show you today. 好，咁我哋開始啦。咁我哋首先啦嚟到 After Effects 啦，我哋就會開一個新嘅 composition 啦。So firstly, I will create a new composition to demonstrate the timing. Okay, so maybe I will name this comp as timing. Okay, because I would like to demonstrate about the timing. Okay, so for the preset, I will using the preset which is the HD TV 1080 and 25 frames. 係啦，咁我就求其將個 composition 個名咧就改做 timing 啦，因為我哋今日而家的而且確喺度嘗試做緊啲唔同嘅 timing 嘅嘢啦。咁跟住個 preset 咧，我就 set 做HDTV 108025啦。咁個 duration 我估其實3秒好夠噶啦。sorry 3個打錯。So I think that I will only using maybe 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds is enough. Okay, because I just demonstrate a very short movement. Okay. 係啦，咁我咧就會試下做啲好簡單、好即係嘅點去 adjust 個 timing 咧，點去喐咧，係啦，咁我哋陣間就會 demonstrate 大家即係做一次俾大家睇啦。好，咁跟住咧，搞掂之後咧，我哋就可以撳 OK 嘅啦。So if you find that if we can click OK to finish it， 係啦，咁我哋咧就可以咁樣加呢一個是但啦，求畫個 graphics 啦，咩 graphic 都得嘅。So we can starting from a very simple forms. Okay, let's say we're starting with a circle. Okay, I will change maybe I'm using the red color and then without the stroke. Okay, without a stroke here. Sorry. Click on the word. Okay, without lines. Okay, I was starting from our circle shape, so I'm using the ellipse tool to draw a circle. 咁我撳 Shift 掣啦，就要畫個 circle。咁但係你畫嘅時候咧，我建議你翻個畫面，around 畫面嘅中間去加啦，係啦。Okay, so let me do it again. Okay, so firstly I will 我會畫個圓形先啦，咁我就會用呢個 ellipse tool 啦，跟住就填嘅顏色我就成啦揀紅色啦，咁我就要冇框線啦，我篤一篤個字咧，跟住撳一撳呢個叉嘅符號啦，咁佢就會冇咗框線噶啦。咁我大概喺呢一個畫面嘅中間嘅位置咁上下啦，撳住 Shift 掣去畫一個圓形。咁佢就會係一個即係比較正圓形嘅圓形噶啦。Okay, so once you draw the circle here, okay, you will see that there's a perfect circle because I'm pressing the Shift button, okay, to draw the circle, so it should be a perfect circle. 咁我用住撳 Shift 就去畫呢個圓圈啦，咁應該呢個圓圈咧係一個正圓形嚟嘅，係啦，一個圓正嘅圓形啦。咁而一個中心點咧有少少歪咗上去嘅，咁我會其實都會順勢咧就會改一改嗰個嘅中心點啦，係啦。咁 so you can see that the center point here is not exactly at the center of this circle. So I will slightly move this center point here. 咁我會咧而家見到個中心點咧就喺呢度，咁啊歪咗少少啦。咁我咧就需要將呢個圓心咧擺翻喺中間啦。咁我點樣擺咧？我就可以用呢一個工具啦。左手邊啦有個叫 Pan Behind Tool。 Okay, so I need to using the pen behind too, the tools that on top, okay, pen behind too. And then I have to move the center point back to the center. You don't need to make it perfect at the center, okay? But it would be much better than the center point is out here or whatever, okay? I think that you don't need to make it the perfect center, but I think that you should make it at about the center point is fine. 係啦，咁你唔需要話好介意啦，點樣去擺到去正中間咧？係冇需要嘅，只不過咧總好比你擺個中心點喺側邊會好啫。係啦，肉眼判斷嘅啦，得㗎啦，擺中間啦。OK，and then we will go back to the selection tool。咁我哋揀翻 selection 嘅工具啦，係啦，揀翻左手邊嘅 selection 嘅工具啦。然之後咧，你記得我哋之前教過你啦，可以撳。select 住個 timeline 啦，揀住呢一個 layer 啦，然之後撳 P 掣 ，P for pick 係啦，撳 P 掣咧，咁就會顯示到 position 呢一個嘅位置俾你去 set 一啲 keyframes 噶啦。Okay, once you change the center point, we go back to the selection tools, and we have to select the layers. Okay, we have to select the layers in the timeline, the shape layers here. And then you need to press P button, okay, P button to show the position, okay, to show the position. Okay, so we switch on the stopwatch here in order to starting creating the animation. 係啦，咁我哋首先咧就撳着個秒錶先啦，係啦，咁我哋會開始 animate 呢一個嘅動作噶啦，咁我哋咧就撳着個秒錶。撳住個秒錶，好啦，跟住將你個波波啦嚟，我移向左邊先啦，咁啊唔使出晒界嘅，係一個畫面以內啦。我哋大約用1秒嘅時間啦，將個波移咗去右邊啦。So we will start adding 2 keyframes. Okay, the first one, the ball is on the left hand side, and after 1 second, the ball is on the right hand side. Okay, this is 1 second animation。係啦，咁呢個就做咗一個1秒鐘嘅一個動作啦。就係做一個波由左邊行到右邊。咁你話下呢個我都學過啦，你上個學期我哋做 C2 嘅時候都已經做 After Effects 啦。咁點解再講咧 ？Okay, so maybe you're wondering why I'm still teaching you how to add in a keyframe. It's very simple. You should learn in the last semester. But today, actually, we're talking about the timing. Okay, this is not a good timing because we are using a constant speed. 咁你見到呢一個唔係一個好嘅 timing 嚟嘅，因為呢個 timing 咧係一個均速嘅 timing 啦，咁所以係唔好睇嘅。咁我而家就會教大家咧去令到個速度會好睇啲啦。咁點樣可以用個速度好睇啲咧？例如大家可以打開上高呢一個掣啦，呢個叫做Graph Editor 啦 ，Graph Editor。咁你而家其實見到我咧係 select 住 position， 即係你凡親 add 咗 keyframe 嘅地方咧，你 select 咗去撳 Graph Editor 咧，就應該會將呢一個咧會顯示成一條線狀噶啦，係啦。咁如果你冇篤嘅，冇 select 到 position 咧，你撳呢個 Graph Editor 咧應該係冇嘢睇嘅啦。你睇下我撳咧係冇嘢睇嘅，係啦，冇線嘅。但係如果我揀咗 position 呢一個咧，你就會見到有個線嘅地方出現咗噶啦。Okay, so you can see that once I'm showing the graph editor, if I didn't pick anything, there's nothing to show in the graph editor, just like this. Okay, but if you select on something, you have already added some of the keyframes, and then you will see some of the curve here. Okay, 咁你會見到咧，嗱有條斜線嘅橫線又唔使理佢噶啦，橫線係代表冇 motion 嘅，即係唔喐嘅嗰樣嘢。Okay, so you can see there's 2 lines. One is a horizontal line, means that there's no motion here. So that the green one actually means that there's no motion, nothing moving. Okay, nothing is moving. Okay, but at the same time, you can see that the red one is not horizontal, means that something is moving. 係啦，咁你見到紅色條線咧係斜嘅，咁即係代表有嘢喐緊啊。 咁我哋咧就會喺呢條紅色嘅線度做啲手腳啦。咁我想大家試下睇下可唔可以跟住我咁樣做啦。我咧就會即係可以咁樣 drag 一粒點咧，即係 drag 一個 box 啦，去 select 其中一粒點嘅。So you can see that I can using my mouse to drag a box to select one of the keyframe here, and then I can click here, easy ease. Okay, easy ease. Okay, so that it will make the curve no longer straight line. Okay， 咁你見到咧，我撳完，嗱我再做多次啊，即係用一個 drag 嘅方法跨一個盒啦，去 select 呢一個 keyframe， 然之後撳呢一個掣就 easy ease。咁咧你見到條線咧就唔係直噶啦。咁我想你試埋第一粒點都係第一粒紅色嗰粒喎，係啦，唔係綠色嗰粒喎，又係揀呢個啦。咁你要見到咧就一個橫斜橫嘅一個效果啦，見唔見到？橫啦，即係比較橫啦，都唔係叫平晒嘅，平平地斜再平平地。咁呢個效果就叫做 easy ease out 啦。咁即係咩意思咧？就係慢開始，中間快，臨尾又慢嘅。So you can see that the curve is somehow like this shapes, means that the ball will move fast at the beginning. The ball will move slowly at the beginning and move fast at the middle and move slowly at the end. Okay, means that the ball is accelerate at the beginning and decelerate at the ending. So let's look at the result. You can see that at the beginning is slowly and faster at the middle and slow at the end. 係啦，咁你又見到咧，佢係有快慢即係嘅節奏啦。咁其實呢條 curve 咧，你可以自己拉嘅。例如你話，我覺得佢唔夠慢喎，即係或者中間嘅快唔夠快，你可以自己好似我咁樣樣嘅。嗱，你見唔見到？我而家拉到條線係點啊？我可以將呢條 handle 咧可以拉長啲喎。你發覺黃色嘅 handle 咧，見到個黃色嘅 handle 咧越短咧，佢就越冇咁平嘅呢個位。我黃色嘅 handle 越拉得長咧，見唔見到呢條越平啊？咁而家你見到呢條 curve 同頭先嘅 curve 有咩分別啦？而家你見到咧呢條 curve 咧開頭咪好平，中間勁斜，差唔多垂直啦，又平翻出嚟嘅效果咧，其實同頭先你呢一個咧嘅效果好似嘅。不過呢個咧頭先可能大家覺得唔夠明顯啦，即係唔好覺佢慢。快慢嘅速度你未必覺得好明顯，但係當我將呢條 handle 咧拉誇張啲，你就好明顯見到慢快慢嘅節奏啦。So, how can you do that? Okay, I can adjust the curve like okay. So what you're doing is something like that. Okay, slow, fast, and slow. Okay, how can I adjust and make it more obvious? Okay, so actually I can select the point here. Okay, drag a box to select the keyframe here, and then I can click on this button. Separate dimension. Okay, separate dimension. Okay, the one here. Okay, and then you will see that now I drag the box again. I can have a handle here. Okay, I can adjust the curve whatever I like. Okay, so you can make this handle very long like this. Okay, you will see that the longer handle you have, you will have a very horizontal lines here. Okay, first horizontal. Okay, and this one as well, I will make it this one very long, and then it will make it look very horizontal. So you can see that now, and when I pay back my animation again, you will see that the motion here is very, very slow and very, very fast here, and then very, very slow again here. Okay, so let's looking at my animation. So see, you can see the result, slow, fast, slow. So which means that acceleration here and deceleration. OK， 咁呢個就做咗加速減速啦。咁你會見到咧，係咪比頭先我明顯啲啊？佢真係頭尾都係慢嘅，中間係勁快嘅。咁你想再快啲咁得唔得啊？得，拉長啲，即係將呢個黃色嘅 handle 再拉長啲，中間再垂直啲。 係啦，咁大家自己試下做呢個先。咁而家其實我係做緊咧，我個 PowerPoint 裡面嘅其中一個 notes 嘅呢一部分嘅，係啦。咁我就直接教大家做呢個。咁我等間先再做，同大家做個 end credit。呢個咧就個 notes 嘅其中一 part 嚟嘅，就做一個變形。佢咧就由一個三角形啦變一個正方形，而係用一個好急速嘅方法咧去變嘅。咁我可以咧 show 俾大家睇下嗰個效果先。So like actually there's a video that I'm going to talking about how to do the morphing. Okay, change from one shape to another shape. Is now I've already put it into the notes. Okay, so here's the notes. You can see that we're talking about how to transform a triangle shape into a square shapes. Okay, so the results look like something like this. Let me share.
In this video, I'm going to show you my method to quickly morph between any two shapes.
So you can see that it's starting from a triangle shapes.
In this video, I'm going to show you my method to quickly morph between.
Okay, using the After Effects, how to change the shapes from a triangle shape into a square shapes. But when you need to do it, you have to make sure that you all understand about the graph editor, how to speed up, how to slow down, something like that. So let's continue working on the After Effects. 係啦，咁你頭先見到個例子咧，其實就類似呢一個嘅，係啦，咁即係不過當然我呢度未做變形嗰部分啦，咁但係其實你首先要掌握咗究竟嗰個嘅即係個加速減速係點樣做咧，咁你哋先可以做到頭先嗰個練習嘅。Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so once you have adjusted the curve, something like this, done. Okay, done. Okay, so we can go back to the timeline view, okay, instead of using the graph editor once you've finished adjusting the timing. 咁你其實搞掂呢條 curve 咧，你覺得冇問題啦，其實你就可以刪咗佢噶啦，就唔好再見到佢啦。一嚟你見到佢就容易 hide 到佢 ，hide 到佢就容易唔覺意改咗佢。咁例如你搞掂好晒就梗係刪咗佢啦 ，OK？好啦，搞掂之後咧，我哋就繼續即係去整其他嘅部分去變形啦。So once you've finished, okay, drawing these shapes, okay, we will move on to do another one, okay, because it's going to transform into other shapes. Okay, so let me rename this layer into circle. 係啦，咁我咧就不如將呢個 layer 轉名先啦，咁等冇混亂啦。咁我只需要喺個 layers 嗰度咧撳一下 enter 掣咧，咁我就可以改名噶啦。即係篤一篤呢個撳 enter， 咁你就可以改名噶啦。So first of all, I would like to rename of this layer first, okay, just in case I can easily to understand which layer is what kind of things. Okay, so when I select layer, I press enter so that I can change the name. Okay, and then we draw another shapes. 咁我哋而家跟住咧就試下畫第二個 shape 咯喎。係啦，咁我舉例畫個正方形，畫個三角形啦，我想個圓形轉三角形。Okay, so let's say I'm going to transform a circle shape into a triangle shapes. Okay, so I will simply to unselect all the layers. OK， 咁我而家想第一件事咧就篤空白嘅位置啦，乜嘢 layers 都唔好揀，係篤空白嘅位置。So I need to deselect everything, okay, by clicking some of the space here, okay, and then I'm using the pen tool, okay， 咁我跟住就會用支鋼筆嘅工具啦，就畫個三角形出嚟。And then I'm using the pen tool to draw a circle. Of course, I will using the exactly same color. 係啦，咁第一件事啦，我會因為佢變形咧，你想變得靚咧，就一定用翻同一隻色啊。係啦，用翻同一隻色。 So if you like, you have to make sure that you're using exactly the same color. Okay. So let me do it again. Okay. So I would like to transform a circle into a triangle shapes. I will deselect everything and then I'm using the pen tool to draw a triangle. Okay. If you want to have a better result, you better using same color. Okay. 係啦，咁跟住咧，記得啦個中心點啦。咁你畫完之後咧，你再篤一篤翻呢一個嘅三角形啦。咁你見到個中心點咧，可能深刻好似我而家咁樣咧歪咗嘅喎，有機會。So once you looking at the selected layers again, okay, select the layers again, you will find that there's a center point, okay, the center point. Okay, the center point is not at the center of this triangle. So remember using the pen behind to move this center point back to the triangle. 係啦，咁我亦即係我會將佢擺翻中間啦。So you can see that I try to move this center point back to the center. Okay. 係啦，咁樣啦，得唔得？畫咗個三角形。好啦，跟住咧，嗱，我建議你啦，翻去呢個 timeline 嘅開頭啦。So the next step is you have to move this blue handle here, move to the beginning of this animation. OK， 咁你咧要跟住咧就要將呢一個藍色嗰條線啦。將翻去搬翻去你個片嘅最開頭嘅位置，係啦，即係而家你呢度有即係我唔知有幾多分鐘啦，或者幾秒鐘嘅 animation 啦，你將嗰條藍色嘅線咧，即係搬翻去000秒嘅位置啦，000秒嘅位置。好啦，然之後將你個三角形擺翻喺呢一度，擺翻同個圓形重疊嘅。So once you move the blue handle back to the beginning of the animation, and then you need to move your triangle overlapping with your circle. 係啦，跟住你就將呢個三角形咧拉翻去同你個圓形重疊啦。咁啊，跟住都順手改改呢個 layer 嘅名啦。So also we name this layers just in case we know what is that layers. Okay. 係啦，跟住我就順手改名啦。好啦，跟住有個少少嘅地方要注意啦，就係呢度喺個 triangle 嗰個啦，即係三角形度啦。呢度咪個螺旋形嘅，呢個我哋曾經教過㗎啦，喺上個學期嘅時候。咁我需要你咧將呢個 triangle 咧將佢拉落去呢一個嘅 circle 度，放手做多一次。Undo 先 ，OK。So the following step that I already talking about this in last semester, okay, using the parent, okay. So I'm doing this again, okay. I'm selecting the triangle shapes, the triangle layers, and then using the spiral button and drag into the circle, okay. So what is the result here, okay? You should see that the triangle follow the exact same movement with the circle. Although I don't key animation, I didn't add any keyframe for the triangle, but it follow the movement of the circle shapes. 咁你見到我 parent 咗之後咧，其實個三角形我係冇 add 任何 keyframe 㗎。但係因為我 parent 咗嗰個三角形落個圓形度啦，所以個圓形喐咧，個三角形自動跟嘅，係啦，我冇做任何嘢，佢自動跟嘅。OK， 好啦，跟住我要你做啲咩咧？嗱，我想你咧試咧翻個 circle 啦，睇翻頭先個 graph editor。嗱，呢度咪係最急速轉。即係佢加速呢個位係最快㗎嘛，係嘛？呢個位加速。So you can I would like to show the graph editor again, okay? So you can see that from this frame, okay, frame 12 to frame 13, okay? Actually, the movement is the faster movement, okay? Between 12 frame to 13 frame。咁你見到咧，第13嘅 frame 同第12嘅 frame 咧，呢個 motion 係最快速嘅，因為呢個係最直嘅，最直就係最快咁解。係啦，咁我跟住我想大家做啲乜咧？係啦，我哋咧想你咧留意翻12、13啊嘛，我個 case 啊嗱，我唔知你哋啦，你自己睇翻啦，你條 graph editor 邊段係最垂直嘅？係啦，自己記住嗰個 time 係啦，例如好似我呢個 case 咧。突然間轉得最快咧係12、13呢架 frame 嘅，係啦，記低佢，記住佢。好啦，跟住你可以暫時刪咗嗰個 timeline 㗎啦。咁我咧會將呢個紅色唔係藍色嗰條線啦，將佢拉到12同13。頭先呢個位咧就係最快嘅時間嚟嘅，係啦，呢個就係頭先最快嘅時間，係啦。咁我可以睇一睇呢個效果先，見唔見到佢已經可以變咗形咁樣啦，但係其實中間重疊咗嘅，唔使驚。我等陣會執嘅。Okay, so you can see that why I move this layer like this and why I move this layer like this. Okay, because when I'm looking at the graph editor here. Okay, graph editor here. I find that from frame 12 to frame 13, okay, that is a very fast movement. Okay, we have to base on that fast movement and doing the deformation. Okay, deform from a circle shape into a triangle shape. 咁其實以慢法嚟嘅啫。係啦，我只不過利用一個最快嘅 timing， 好快、好急速嘅嗰個時段，係啦，就係第12架 frame 至第13架 frame 係最快嘅 motion 啦。咁我就係好瞬間、好快嘅，因為我頭先都講啦，你用呢啲 match cut 啊或者呢啲方法咧，一定係要夠快先有用嘅，唔太慢咧，其實你即係你會見到好 odd 嘅嗰個變形，係啦，咁所以我咧就睇下最快喺邊度發生先。最快咧，原來咧我嘅 case 咧係12架 frame 至13架 frame 咧係最快出現呢一個快嘅 motion 嘅。咁我咧就 base on 呢一樣嘢啦。咁我咧就係12架 frame 咧，我將呢個三角形嘅畫面咧就去到你12、13，12、13咧就係兩個重疊嘅時間嚟嘅。得唔得？好啦，跟住咧我就可以做少少手腳啦。呢個三角形咧，我會係啦，我會做啲咩咧？我會做少少佢變形啦。咁我打開個triangle 啦、content 啦、shape 啦，呢度有個 path 㗎。咁咧，其實我當然就佢後面呢度冇咁慢，冇咁快㗎啦嘛。咁你覺得開始呢度開始都慢㗎啦嘛？咁我就 key 一格。咁呢個快嘅咧，我就試下拉長啲，係啦。跟住呢個三角形呢度咧，係啦。咁因為我一開始唔想佢咁早穿崩個三角啊嘛，係啦。咁所以咧，我就做咗啲咁樣嘅 shape 嚟睇下我變咗。係啦，嗱，我做多次呢度點樣去變形啊 ？So we do it again. How to make it deform the shapes? Okay. Because you know that when you're looking around your animation, okay, actually it's quite slow here, very slow motion because you can see the triangle is only a bit here. Okay, means that they are very slow. So I will start adding a keyframe here in the path. Okay, it will become a very normal triangle shapes. And then I will go back here. Okay, now they are overlapping two triangle shapes. Okay, so I will slightly hidden, okay, partially my triangle. Okay, 咁我會咧慢慢即係拉佢消失住先啦，係啦，即係等佢冇咁現形啫，係啦，跟住可能呢個咧，因為佢快啊嘛。快會點啊？大家都明快會拉長噶嘛，係咪？咁我咧就做咗一個拉長嘅效果啦。快啊嘛，大家都明，快就會有拉長嘅效果噶啦。哦，呢個應該係咁會好啲。 跟翻我個效果係啦。So you can see that it seems to be transformed from a circle shape in the triangle shapes。係啦，咁你見到我咧就係微微 adjust 少少嗰個形態上啦，係啦，咁佢就可以做到一個咁樣嘅效果啦。係啦，咁呢啲咧其他個圓形咧就冇得咁樣變嘅，因為咧我本身頭先畫嘅時候咧，我唔係用一個 shape layer 啫，咁所以咧佢就冇得咁樣去畫嘅，其實係啦，咁我最多咧可以做少少咧，就係嚟到呢度咧嗰個圓形咧，可能我做少少撳扁啦，係啦，我可以做少少撳扁喺呢度嘅，即係由佢正圓形一樣啦，佢本身係一個正圓形嘅話，咁佢應該唔會扁嘅，係啦，可能我做少少撳扁。Okay, so I slightly scaled down a bit of this circle so that it moves very quickly. And then I will also apply the motion blur as well. 係啦，咁我亦都會落翻個 motion blur 啦。咁咧，其實呢度 blur 咗咧，係會唔好覺個即係中間咧唔靚嘅變形嘅，但係咧你係見到好似好得意嘅，就由一個圓形變一個三角形。咁呢啲就係好多時 match cut 會用嘅嘢咯 ，match cut。So it's very popular when we're using how to do the match cut because you know that for the match cut transition, it should transform from one shape into another shape, but they look very similar. For example, three triangle transform into one big triangle. Okay, they look very similar. So that's why how they change it. So this is the example how to doing the match cut. Okay, applying the graph editor shape idea. 好啦，咁呢一 part 咧就完咗啦。咁大家咧你搞掂咗 save 出嚟啦。move 係啦，咁跟住我哋咧就會試下做先講嘅一啲片頭片尾嘅效果啦。Now I'm going to talking about how to doing the end credit. Okay, how to doing the end credit. So let's start all over again. 咁我由頭嚟過啦。咁因為而家咧就講第二部分啦喎。咁就係講嘅片尾去做嘅方法啦。片尾係啦。咁我哋片尾咧有好多嘅方法做啦。咁好似我之前都有講過啦。我建議大家做片尾做之前咧，係會好似頭先咁樣有個 list 啦，打好晒你人名嘅。咁其實我都打咗啲嘅。Okay, so before I move on to doing the end credit animation. The motion graphics, remember I have to prepare something like this. Okay, I need to write down all the names of my end credit. Okay, what kind of name I want to put here. So once I have all this, I can go back to my After Effects。係啦，咁我就可以翻嚟我 After Effects 啦。好，咁我咧開一個新嘅 column， 係啦，咁我今次呢個叫 end credit，叫咩好咧？names 啦，係啦，因為佢哋好多個名嘅。咁今次呢個 column 咧，我會 set 得好得意嘅，我 set 得好大嘅。Okay, you can see that now I create a new composition. And I call this composition as names. And then I will make the size here 5,000 by 5,000. It's a very big one. 係我做一個勁巨型嘅。係咁，你哋試下 set 咗先，一個好大嘅。係啦，5000乘5000。係啦，純粹咗好大啫，因為咧，你諗下我 end credit 都幾多，即係有好多人名要擺啊嘛，咁所以做大啲啦，係啦。OK， 搞掂之後咧，咁啊 end credit 咧個人名應該會長啲㗎，我估大家 set 住1分鐘先啦。So because for the end credit, I believe that it would take a longer time. So let's say to create a 1 minute animation first. 1 minute. And then I will click OK. You will find that it's a really big composition here. It's a square shapes because I make a 5,000 by 5,000 composition, so it's really big. 係啦，咁你望下啦，而家我呢個 composition 係勁過型嘅，因為咧係5000乘5000嘅。咁所以你唔會因為而家做5000乘5000咧，你做嗰啲字好大隻啦，係啦，做翻啲字正常細就得㗎啦。我估應該10零 point 嘅啫，應該。So remember this because the composition is really big now. Please don't, because of the composition is so big now, so that you make a very big font. Okay, remember for our end credit, I believe that it will be about 10 something point. Okay, so let's start the typing something here. 嗱，咁我試下打啲人名先啦。咁我中意由中間打起都得，睇下你自己 plan 啦嚇。好啦，咁我就打啲名啦。咁頭先 copy and paste 咗啲嘢，咁我 copy。我頭先咪打咗呢啲人名嘅，係啦，咁我就 copy 咗啲人名啦。After Effects 度放佢落去，係啦。咁自己諗下自己啲字嘅大細啦。上次講過啦。其實佢10零 point 咁，但係咧其實因為你用 pixel 顯示啦，咁所以其實而家我就40零 pixel 嘅，咁我暫時用住呢個先啦。咁轉下自己需要字嘅大細啊，等等啦，係啦，唔好因為而家好似5000乘5000咧，夾硬要做到啲字好大隻啊，因為而家好大嘅啲嘢，係啦，咁你自己中意睇下點樣擺位啦，你中意你中意啲字中啊，定點樣擺咧？你自己決定啦。So you can think of how to align your text. Okay, you can align to the right. Okay, or you can align to the left hand side. Okay, it really depends on what you're thinking. Okay, or what is the size of the characters. Okay, so no need to make it very big. Okay, remember. 係啦，咁例如我打咗一個喺呢度啦，跟住咧。我可以咧 Control D 或者係啦 Control D 啦去 duplicate，and then you can select this text and edit, duplicate, and duplicate the second one and move to somewhere else. Okay, let's say I move here. The second name is the writer, and then I copy here. I zoom in a bit. 係啦，咁你就可以試打下啲字啊。跟住我打第二個人名啦。So you can see that now I'm copying some of the word for my word and then put it here. And then also I show the second names. Okay, and then I can also continue to duplicate more. Okay, maybe this time. I'm sorry. Maybe this time I will rotate to 90 degree. 係啦，咁你而家咧就可以隨意啊，係啦，試下擺下呢啲人名。好啦，例如我轉呢個啦，打動都得嘅喎。咁你單睇下我會做出嚟有咩效果啦。但係你最好每一組人名咧，即係唔好擺咁近。係啦，你等間就會睇到個效果㗎啦，即係點解我會叫你唔好擺咁近。Just put some of the name like this, okay? You can see that sometimes I will put my names horizontally, and sometimes I will put it like this vertically. Okay, I will move around here. 你見到啲字咧擺啲唔同嘅位嘅，係啦，跟住我又 duplicate 啦，好啦，跟住可能。係啦，我將呢個名轉啦。 嗱，所以你而家見到我咧，好似喺度 random 咁擺啲名噶嘛。咁其實我當然係有啲諗法想做噶啦。係啦，咁你可以 set 真下我咧，即係將你啲人名咧試下擺下先。咁你可以用唔同顏色都得嘅啲字，係啦。咁但係我暫時咧啲名我就未想唔同顏色住，我想暫時都仲係一樣色先。係啦，咁你中意打橫打到夠啦，你想將佢 rotate 翻，唔打橫都得嘅，你可以即係有時係橫色啊，或者你中意側少少都得嘅。係啦，即係你唔一定要直晒嘅，咁但係當然啦，你幾直幾斜，唔該你要 make sure 咧，觀眾係睇得到嘅啲字，係啦。如果你太側太斜嘅，觀眾未必睇得到啊嘛，係咪？即係觀眾睇唔到你啲字啊，係啦，你太斜嘅話會機會睇唔到，咁呢個你要自己小心啲。So you have to make sure that no matter how much you rotate the word here, but you have to make sure that the audience, okay, can read all the word, okay? You cannot rotate a lot so that the audience cannot read easily, okay? So you have to make sure that everything that you have to bear in mind is you have to make sure that the audience can read. 係啦，咁你好似呢度有兩個人名嘅，咁你可以咁樣擺啦。係啦，你可以自己諗下，即係點樣去擺啲字啊。所以點解我話你個 storyboard 咧，你要打好晒你啲人名啊等等嗰啲嘢，因為我要 make sure 你咧知道有啲咩字你要擺，你先知道你自己個片尾要有幾長。你越多人名嘅資料要打嘅話，咁你咪當然越用嘅時間越長啦，係咪？嗱，咁你見到嘅時候咧，就打啲名啊。咁你有啲可能有啲工種會人多做嘅，多人一齊做嘅，係啦。咁你咪多啲人名咯。咁嚟我呢度打一紮啦 ，current artist， 可以同一個人名都得，即係同一個人都得嘅，其實。係啦，即係同一個人做幾樣嘢噶嘛，可以。係啦，陳小明除咗係導演，佢仲有幫手上色喎。我亂打啦。亂打啦，名是但。咁啲人名咧，我會建議啦，你就算如果同一個位有多個名咧，最好都係跟英文次序嘅。係啦，即係例如呢有個人姓周嘅，咁我都會跟翻嗰個 order 嘅。So for some of the role like this, okay, they are so many people, they're working on the same role, same duty. I believe that you will put it in alphabetical order, okay, starting from C, L, K, M, okay? So we are not just random putting some names here. 咁你見到我咧，而家就好即係擺咗啲人名喺呢一度啦，係啦。咁啲字好似好細粒啊嘛，係咪？其實佢唔係特別細粒㗎，因為咧而家係個5000 pixel 乘5000 pixel 啊，咁所以咧好似看似好似好細粒嘅啫，其實係啦。So you can see that I simply look like I'm random putting the names in everywhere, okay? But actually, I would like to do something, okay? So I will give you 5 minutes to do something like that, okay? 咁我俾5分鐘時間大家時間打啲字啦，擺一啲位啦，係啦，咁我陣間就會教大家繼續咁你點整落去咧？ 係啦，咁大家試下打啲字，打啲名，試下擺下。So please follow what I'm doing now. Try to type some of the names, arrange the names, okay? And then I will talking about how to do it, further how to do it to make it animated. 好啦，咁你搞掂之後咧，排嗰啲位啦。So once you arrange the name, something like that, and then I will create a new composition. Okay, and this time the composition I will make it with our normal standard size. Okay, which is the full HDTV. Okay. 咁我哋搞掂呢一個擺啲名之後咧，我哋就會做翻一個正常嘅 com 啦，係啦，即係個正常 size 啊，就唔係再做5000乘5000啦。咁我嚟打翻 end credit 啦，跟住我呢就 set 翻個 preset 啦 ，HDTV 108025啦，我哋做翻呢個 standard 個 size 先。So I make a standard size, okay? The HDTV 1080. And I will give you, I'm still using the 1 minute, okay, for this animation. 係啦，咁我仍然都會用翻1分鐘去做啊。好啦，咁跟住之後咧，我會建議大家可能轉一轉呢個 background color 啦，等大家知道即係你而家即係嗰個 com 係點樣樣啦。因為黑色我諗好難睇啊，我俾個少少個灰色啦。So maybe I will change a bit of the background color, okay, so that you can easily to looking at the animation, okay? But doesn't matter, you can keep it in black if you like. 係啦，咁但係當然啦，唔係一定嘅，咁你中意圍繞做翻黑色嘅都得嘅，係啦。咁你見到啦，而家實際呢個 com 咧，啱啱做出嚟咧就係呢個16:9啦，就係我哋平時見開嘅 size 啦。So now you create a new composition, you will find that the size is ours. Go back our standard size, okay, which is the 60:9, okay, and then I would drag the names, okay, the names are the big one, drag into the timeline. 係啦，跟住你就 drag 你嗰個 names 咧，嗰個放入去啦，係啦，跟住咧你就可以喐你啲位啦，係啦，喐你啲位，係啦，例如你需要放大啲嘅。係啦，例如你需要放大，例如我想要一開始呢個 director， 可能我係想未唔入鏡嘅，係啦，咁我可能想佢行入鏡啦，咁我一開始咧可能匿埋先，係啦，我咁可以咧就喺呢度 set 啲 key 啦，你可以都 set 啲 rotation 啦都得嘅，咁其實你可以 set 啲 key 啦，個名嚟喺呢度啦，擺中間。我成日都話啦，你重要嘅人物咧就擺中間嘅嘛，係咪？咁我就 set 咗啲 key frame 入嚟，你睇下我而家做啲咩先啊 ？set key frame， 個人名飛入嚟啦，係嘛 ？Director，OK。So let me redo it again. So let me redo everything again. Okay. Oh. We got this, okay, a very big one with a lot of names here, okay, and then I would create a new composition and I would name it as end credit. And I will using the preset HDTV 1080 25 frames. I will keep 1 minute, okay, and then this is my new composition, and then I will drag the names, the big one, into my timelines. Okay, it should be everything is here. Okay, so maybe I'm starting from the director. Okay, let's doing this. Okay, I will set a keyframe on the position, and actually I will set keyframe on position and also from in rotation. Okay, but I will apply the rotation later. And then I will using 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Okay, doesn't matter how long you want. Okay, make sure that the audience can read it. Okay, and then the director names, the name of the director, it should be at the middle because I think that is very important person, so I put it at the middle. 係啦，咁我咧而家就做咗個咧。個名喺度啦，即係你見到個導演嘅名咧，就下而上，睇到就大啲，由下而上。咁呢個你就係由下而上啫，但係你可以等陣轉可以好多㗎。記得做加速減速啦。而家咧其實佢就係由下而上，突然間停嘅。咁其實我就會想佢慢速先至停嘅。So you can see that my animation is a constant speed. Okay, the word is going from the bottom to the top to the center, and then it stops suddenly. Okay, so I will adding using the graph editor to slow down the animation here before it stops. Okay, it will slow down means that it should be decelerate and stop. Okay, so let's doing the graph editor again. 係啦，咁我會減慢速度先至會停嘅，係啦，咁所以咧我一開頭快係冇所謂啦，跟住咧如果你睇唔清楚 graph 咧，你可以 zoom 近啲嘅，佢減慢點解越橫線就係減慢啦，咁而家你見到我就係嗱橫線啊，就係減慢，咁睇下你想幾慢啦，例如你想好似而家好慢嘅就橫啲咯，係啦，咁你想慢少少咧就短啲咯呢條 handle，係啦，咁你自己可以 adjust 嘅，咁而家我呢度係慢慢減速嘅，你見到。見唔見到啊？由開頭 ，so you can see that now I'm decelerate, okay, before I stop. See? Okay, so once you finish it, you can just turn off the graph editor again, and then I will stay here for a moment. Because I only got one name, so I don't need to stay for very long. Maybe I will stay for 2 seconds. 係啦，咁跟住我會停嘅，係啦，我會 key 兩格啦，係啦一樣 key，係啦，咁但係今次呢個 key 咧我就唔喐嘅，係啦唔喐嘅，因為咧你個人名行入嚟啦，跟住要停，俾觀眾睇完先去第二啲嘢㗎嘛，係咪？所以我要停嘅。Okay, so I will stay with this names for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. It really depends how many names this in this page. Okay, if there's 4 names or 5 names, you will need a longer time. Okay, but this time I only got 1 name, so I think that 2 or 3 seconds is enough. Okay, and then so that I will set another key, but this key that didn't change anything. Just make sure that my word stay here, okay? And then I will use another 1 or 2 seconds to show another word. Okay, this time I will show here the writer. Okay, maybe I will show my writer names here. So you can see that moving up, stay, move up again. Remember, you can adjust the curve at the graph editor. 係啦，咁又係一樣啦，你可以做一個減慢嘅，係啦，可能我慢快慢啦，係啦，呢條橫線就係慢快慢啦，咁佢就會慢上嚟，跟住慢停低。So you can see that I also slow down the animation again. Okay, so let's continue to animate all the names here. Okay, all the attributes here. Sometimes I will animate the rotation as well. 係啦，咁我有啲時候會喐埋嗰個rotation 添嘅，係啦，旋轉，係啦，咁睇下我突然間咪有啲字咪拉斜咗嘅，係啦，咁我啲我可能會微微執嘅，咁呢啲叫 curve 啊，我都要自己adjust 下啦。好，咁你搞掂就可以刪咗佢啦。咁跟住so let's continue. Okay, I will stay for 2 or 3 seconds again. Remember, you have to stay every time you show a new names. 係啦，咁你記得每一次出一個人名咧，你都要 stay 一陣間嘅。如果唔係咧，啲人名好啦，嗱呢度轉咯，見唔見啊？呢度有個人名會轉啦，咁我咧就加多個 rotation 啦，今次。係啦，今次我加埋 rotation 呢個元素，會負90度。 我個名係啦，剪接係啦。咁你見到我加咗個名喺呢度啦。So let's looking at what I'm doing now. The editor. So you can see here. The editor. And last for 1 or 2 seconds again. And then I will move up a bit. 係啦，咁你如此類推咯，都係一樣咁樣去key 嘅啫，其實。跟住我 editor 就係咩？唔記得咗。再轉，跟住睇咗呢一個。OK。係啦，咁我一樣又係 set keyframe 啦。character designer， 咁你唔一定要擺中間，咁你自己走啦。咁你見到我咧，頭先大約就做咗啲類咁嘅嘢啦。首先，佢要 render 一次。冇咗添，睇下先。出現完呢一個 editor。editor， 跟住我要未 set 啲 key， 係啦，停2、3秒先。係啦，你可以 copy 啲 keyframe 嘅，係啦，你可以 Ctrl C、Ctrl V， 係啦 ，copy。係啦 ，editor 啦。轉係啦，咁啊睇下而家呢 ，so you can see that it is the anchored here。something like that。OK， 咁當然個 timing 你可以自己再 adjust 啦，係咪？即係例如有啲位啲轉場，你想快啲嘅，係啦，或者你想慢啲嘅，你自己可以 adjust 嘅。So you can adjust the timing whatever you like. Okay, but you can see that of course you're not just a plain background. Of course you can apply some of the graphics here. Okay, you can apply a lot of different graphics. Something like that. There is one very famous, very uncredited thing using the similar idea. Okay, using here. Okay, so let me show it to you. 咁其實呢一種做法咧，好多時一啲電影嘅片尾咧，好多時候都會用嘅。係啦，咁我咧就 show 俾大家睇下。So let me share that one with you. Actually, that is from Harry Potter. Okay, from Harry Potter. Okay, they're also using this kind of idea
quickly
to do
and
it.
confidently, so you never
咁
have
你
to
哋
slow
用
down
Harry
at
Potter
work.
呢個，即係都係用呢一種手法去做嘅。未喺呢啲全部等後少少嘅。So not talking about this part. Okay, this part using the look like they're flipping the book because in this story they're talking about the book. Okay, so they're using the style, using the book. But I mean after this part. Okay. 咁唔係講呢 part 咧，咪係佢講緊個 嗰個因為成個古仔呢個咧係講緊本書嘅，即係呢一集嘅古仔咧係講緊佢哋跟住本書係啦，咁所以咧佢就用咗書呢個元素做開頭。我想你睇後面嘅地方。好啦，就呢度開始啦。So starting from here, using the techniques that I talk about. They look like a very big map. And the camera may move around, showing different group members. 係啦，咁就呢個就好似頭先咁教你啲啦。佢好大好大嘅襟啦，係啦，梗係放啲人名落去啦。So you can see that sometimes we're doing the uncredited way, sometimes we're using this kind of method. Okay, make a very big column, put all the names there.好啦，咁你見到咧，頭先呢個做法咧就係類似即係頭先 Harry Potter 個做法啦。係啦，咁所以咧，其實咧，頭先我做呢個咧，即係好大個襟咧呢個做法咧。咁當然啦，你可以唔使做 rotate 都得嘅。即係如果你話其實我咪特登咧，即係無聊嘅。其實我係啦，我咧就即係將某一啲字即係打橫咗。咁其實你全部唔打橫嘅，全部好似一大嘅襟。係啦，好似頭先 Harry Potter 咁樣做都可以，其實係啦，咁就係做一個勁巨型嘅咯。咁同埋你又可以有 graphics 喺底㗎嘛，係啦，即係唔係好似我而家咁樣冇嘢喺底嘅，係啦。咁但係你話我即係你當然我會建議，因為 copyright 問題啦，咁你就而家係自己要畫㗎啦。係啦，如果唔係我而家就可以試下，即係例如我好似頭先 Harry Potter 咁，我其實有張紙嘅 texture 嘅。So of course you can see that I can create a very big column just like Harry Potter, and you will see that I can put all the names there, and then I can using a paper texture. Okay, you will find that in Harry Potter they're using a very big paper texture and put it underneath the word. Okay, look like they're rocking around with in a book. Okay, so I temporarily do it here because I don't have one. But of course, if you're doing your final year project, it should be done. It should be created by you. Okay. Okay. For example, let's say because there is a watermark here, but it doesn't matter because I just want to demonstrate for you. So you need to have something, some texture without a copyright. Okay. So I download that image and I go back in to my After Effects。咁我可以上網 download 啲我需要嘅圖啦，例如你如果想做到嘅時候，即係 Harry Potter 咁有啲紙嘅質感喺底嘅，咁我一樣啦，就有啲紙嘅質感啦。好啦，跟住咧，我其實可以再放落嚟啦。係啦，咁因為我呢張紙啊，即係咁 urgent 咁揾啦，我就揾唔到啲好大張嘅圖啦。咁啊，揾張大啲嘅圖啦。係啦，咁跟住你如果張紙睇唔到啲顏色啊，或者之類啲啦，你字又啲顏色有問題啦，咁你全部自己都要 adjust 去改一改啦。咁但係你當 OK 先啦，咁應該咧出嚟咧就會咁噶啦。So so you can see here, okay, for the texture. Okay, if you apply some of the texture underneath your graphics, it should be something like that. Okay, 係啦，咁應該大致上就會係咁咯。就好似頭先 Harry Potter 咁樣啦，有啲紙嘅質感嘅。So you can see that that's how I do it. Apply some of the paper texture here. Of course, my texture is not big enough. The resolution is not big enough so that you can see some very blurry image. But of course, for your final year project, you should have a very big one. Okay. So so that's all for today. Remember, you have to submit your assignment by tonight. Okay. You have to submit into the Moodle.